Howdy! I'm FloweyKOBK, and welcome back to Fridays with Flowey! It's been a while since I've done one of these. Like, a few weeks, probably a month or two actually, since I've done one of these videos. But, how you guys doing? How's life for you guys? Everything going good? Wonderful. So today for Fridays with Flowey, I'm going to talk to you guys about more Chick-fil-A stuff because this is probably the most interesting and fun of the Chick-fil-A videos I'm going to tell you about. So today's videos are silly things that have happened at Chick-fil-A. And some mistakes I made at Chick-fil-A as well. So, I remember it was a Tuesday night back in like the first few months I worked there, and that we had a manager named Katie. And if you ever watch as Katie, I have nothing against you, you're awesome. But Chick-fil-A life with you is not the best time of my life. So anyway, it was a Tuesday night, and on Tuesday nights we give out free ice cream to the kids. They always get a free ice cream cup or a cone, and we do kids craft nights as well. So it's Tuesday night, and my other manager, Karina, says, hey, we need some ice cream. Can you go get some ice cream for us? So I said, okay, cool, why not? So I went back in the back fridge, and the ice cream comes in these big boxes, like these big brown boxes, and when you open it up, you take bags out. And the bags, they look like a yellowish white color, the ice cream inside, and it's basically just melted ice cream. And then you take the bags up, you slice them open, and you pour them into the machine, and we called her Bertha, which was like a cow name. Like, it's kind of funny, because like milk and cows and, yeah, okay, anyway. So, I get the ice cream box, and I bring it up, and I open the box up, and I took the bags out, and the first thing I noticed was the bags looked a bit yellow on the yellow side. Like, they looked a bit more yellow than usual. So I was like, I wonder why this is. So I turned to Karina and I go, these look okay to you? And she goes, yeah, they look fine, sweetie. I'm like, okay. So I slice them open and I start pouring them in there. I get to like the 6th bag, mind you, and a bit of the stuff gets in my fingers. And I go to pour the bag and it gets to my nose. I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't ice cream. I'm like, this is not ice cream. What is this? I don't know what this is. And I was just kind of like shocked. I was like, okay. And then I turned the box around, I'm looking for a label, and on the box it says coleslaw base written in small letters. And I'm just sitting there staring at the label, just hoping it's gonna sprout little legs and be like, I'm just kidding. I was just being a stupid fox playing stupid fox games. Let me change the label back. So I'm just staring at the box and I turn to Karina and I go, Karina? She goes, yeah, honey? And I'm like, can you do me a favor and read the label on the box real quick? And she goes, why? What's wrong? And I said, just read the label. So she reads the label and she goes, her eyes get like really big and she goes, oh my gosh, honey, why would you do that? And she gets like, she's like, hold on. And then she tells me to bag drive through and she goes back in the back and gets Katie from the back. And like I said, I have nothing against Katie. She's really cool. She was really strict as a manager at Chick-fil-A. I think she was just didn't really like working there. And that's probably why she wasn't exactly the nicest manager at Chick-fil-A. So she comes up and sees me and I can already tell she looks annoyed. And she looks at me and she goes, what did you do? I went, I poured 6 bags of coleslaw base into Bertha. She goes, Melissa, do you have any idea what we have to do now? And I'm like, no, not really. She goes, we have to drain Bertha out. We have to scrub her. We have to sanitize her. We have to let her dry. We have to plug her back in, pour our ice cream back into her, and let her cool back up again. That's going to take us at least 2 hours tonight. And no kids are going to get ice cream. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks for making me feel like a piece of crap. She goes, yeah, you're going to be one to tell the kids they don't get ice cream. And just don't touch Bertha. Just go. So, for the rest of the night, I had to tell the kids, hey, sorry, bud, you can't have ice cream. Sorry, you can't have ice cream. And it was the heartbreaking thing, because I love kids, and I love making kids smile, so telling them they couldn't have ice cream was just horrible. That was probably the best punishment she could have given me. And that was probably the worst ice cream, like, really mistake I made at Chick-fil-A. Now, about 2 months later, or more than 2 months later, like a few months later after that, Katie kind of stopped working at Chick-fil-A, she left, and it was another night, it was a Wednesday, and for any of you who've ever been to Chick-fil-A, we have these giant machines of lemonade where they like spray up like a fountain, and it looks really cool. Like, it looks, just the visual of it looks kind of cool, and it makes you want to buy the lemonade because it looks awesome. And it's freshly squeezed and freshly, everything is done fresh. It's not like Minute Maid. It's actually like real lemons. We peel, we squeeze, we slice, we do all that. it's all homemade lemonade. So anyway, it's a Wednesday night and we have to clean the machines. So to clean the machines, you basically have to take them off of their little canister after you drain them. You have to drain them first in these big 12 quarts. Take them off and spray them back in the back, and then take them back and put it back together, and then pour lemonade back in there. And then before you pour lemonade back in there, you also have to pour hot water on the bottom of the machine where the pitchers sit. So imagine me on a Wednesday night, and Karina says, "Hey, can you clean the lemonade machines for you, baby?" And I'm like, "Okay." And she called me like baby and mommy, and she's like a Hispanic, so she called me that anyway. So I got the big 12 quarts where you pour lemonade in, and I took them over and I put them on the counter. And you have to take the nozzle and you have to twist it at just the right angle so the lemonade just keeps flowing out, and you don't have to like sit there and hold the nozzle down. So I'm sitting there twisting it, and it's filling up, but it's not filling up very fast, so I twist it a little bit more, and the lemonade's like halfway full, and then the nozzle pops off and falls into the bucket of lemonade. Now, I don't have a spoon, and I can't reach in there and grab it, because that's going to ruin the whole batch of lemonade. So lemonade is literally pouring out of the machine into the pitcher, which is filling up very fast, and I don't have another one with me, so I'm kind of like panicking. Because if it starts spilling on the counter and the floor, it's not going to be a good picture. So I turn to Karina, I go, "Hey, I need help, I need help, I need help." And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Go give me a 12 quart and a spoon, quick, quick, quick." So she goes back and she gets me another 12 quart and a spoon, and we finish emptying lemonade out, and she goes, "Okay, where's the nozzle?" And I said, "That's why I needed your help for. It fell inside the lemonade, which is why I needed a spoon." And she goes, "Melissa, why do you have to make things so difficult?" And she, just the way she said it was like a to the face. I was like, "Oh, okay then." So I got really sad and like I felt like really horrible. And then about an hour later, she asked me to fill them back up. Well, that one, the regular lemonade. The diet hadn't even been cleaned yet, and it still had lemonade in it. So I go back and get the lemonade, and me being in my state of mind didn't pay attention, and I poured regular lemonade into the diet machine, which, if you mix lemonades together, they are no good. So now I have like freaking 4 or 5 gallons worth of unusable lemonade because I mixed them together sitting in the diet machine, and I'm just staring at it, and I look over at Karina, and she's still bagging the drive-thru, and I'm like, I can't tell her what I just did. I can't do it. I can't tell her that. I can't. I physically can't do it. So I had to leave the front counter and go back in the kitchen, and I just banged my head against the locker like one time. I was just like, and Rick, my manager, who I freaking loved to pieces because he was awesome, turned to me and he goes, "You okay?" And I said, "Nope." And I told him what happened, and I started crying. I was actually crying in the back. And he said, "You take care of it." So I went up and talked to Karina, and she and I didn't talk for the rest of the night. And that's how that went. That was a lovely evening. One time I was making strawberry tubes, and it's really hard to explain this unless you've worked at Chick-fil-a before. Strawberry tubes are basically these little cylinder, like, squeeze tubes without, like, a lid. They come in pieces. Like, there's the tube itself, a little cap, and then, like, a little clear concave lid that goes on the tube that, like, airlocks it so it will squeeze correctly and squirt strawberries out. So in order to make the tubes, you have to take the cylinder without the lid, but the little cap on, put it like a little silver thing, take strawberries from a little baggie and pour them into the cylinder, and then put the concave thingy back on, but it's a vacuum, so you have to push it just the right angle so it seals it properly. And back then, I didn't know about the straw technique that you could do by putting a straw in there. You can flatten the straw and it squeezes the air out so it's easier to put in. I didn't know that back then. So maybe myself, I was using my hands to try to push the lid on. And it was full of strawberries, and long story short, the little concave thing pushed the strawberries up, and it splatted in my face, and I had strawberries in my face. So I go over and I wipe it off my eyes, and I open my eyes, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm laughing hysterically. I'm trying not to snort, because if I do, it's going to get my nose. So then my other coworker, Sam, comes back. Sam. Say hi to Sam, too. Here, this is Sam. Sam comes back, and she sees me, and she just looks at me and just busts out laughing, and then her laugh is contagious, so I'm sitting there trying not to laugh. I'm like, please don't make me laugh. I'm going to snort it up my nose, and it's not going to be a fun time. But it was just really funny, and then from then on, she called me a strawberry beard. It was really funny. She's like, "Hey, strawberry beard," and I'm like, oh gosh. Another time we had these big giant boxes, cup boxes, where like you put the big, medium, and large cups in. And I do this thing where I take them back and I flip the box over after it was empty, and then I take my fist and I go kaboosh, and I break the box with my fist, and I felt like a freaking badass. I was like, yeah! So I remember we had the box, and it was like a really slow evening and we didn't really have any customers. So Mike in the kitchen, he's one of the fry people, saw me trying to break the box, and he's like, no, you're out of idea. I'm like, what? He's like, get in the box. I'm like, get in the box? He's like, yeah, get inside. I'm like, so I got inside the box, and the box is laying horizontally, so like the opening's like up facing the wall. It's not facing the ceiling, facing the wall. So I'm in the box sideways. He says, now use your feet and kick the bottom out. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was in the back and I kicked my feet out through the box. And I'm laying there and I'm just laughing. I can't stop laughing. I'm laughing inside the box. And then Rick opens the office door and comes out and sees me in the box, looks at me and goes, okay, and just walks away. He doesn't say anything. And I joked about it later. I'm like, you just kind of like walked past me, didn't even say anything. He's like, yeah, I don't really care. We're slow. As long as Katie doesn't see you, we're fine. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Professionalism is Chick-fil-A's top priority. But yeah, Chick-fil-A was such a fun place to work. I loved it. It was probably the best place I've ever worked, and probably will be the best place. Well, actually, I take that back because I don't know how being an MC in the Navy is going to be, but I really enjoy working there, and I hope that someday I could just, go in and just hang out with everybody. Because I go in there and eat food all the time. We don't really talk anymore because people are always busy. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, stay determined. Like a boss! Love, Flowey, your very best friend. Bye!